Israel's invasion by Palestinian militant group Hamas shattered illusion of stability in Middle East and triggered a war that could reshape great power influence in region and beyond. How everything be shaken will largely depend on length course of war. This includes whether Hezbollah, another Iranian-backed militant organization, open a second front against Israel in north and expand conflict to Lebanon, potentially Syria. The explosion, which killed hundreds of people, a hospital in Gaza on October 17, fired mutual accusations and U.S. President Joe Biden's Middle East. It increased tensions hours before arriving Israel for a visit that underlines risks for Washington and the world. Analysts say new war can help Kremlin by distracting attention from it caused in Ukraine, squeezing U.S. military resources and supporting Russia's anti-Western rhetoric. However, expansion of Israeli-Hamas conflict can make Moscow carefully tense. It strengthens the Middle East ties and jeopardizes its influence in the region. Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has been in power for more than 20 years. Moscow's 1991 after collapse of Soviets. Majority in Middle East made significant progress rebuilding influence it lost among Muslim countries, and also established friendly relations with Israel. However, Israel sees Syria and Iran as serious national security threats, and Putin has strengthened Russia's ties with these two countries, increased Russia's military presence in Syria. Here the Kremlin, Hezbollah and Iran supported President Bashar al-Assad in his 12-year war against opposition groups. Some of these groups are also supported by the USA. In addition, the attack Russia used in its war against Ukraine expanded its defense ties with Iran, the main supplier of unmanned aerial vehicles. Something can break now. The real test of Russia's relationship with Israel will be what Hezbollah will do. If they attack, Israel will give a tough response to Hezbollah, which is in the same team as Russia in Syria. And I think we will attack there too. Mark Katz, professor of political science at George Mason University in Virginia, focusing on Russia and the Middle East, told RFERL, "We see the relationship getting worse. Tension signs are clearly visible after Hamas October 7 invasion, which killed more than 1,400 Israelis and became deadliest attack in the history of country." Putin spent days commenting, and when he did, he accused United States of failing produce a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, which had been going on for decades, as opposed West's widespread condemnation of Hamas. In his statements during a 10-minute meeting, Putin did not mention Hamas' name, referring to events and strainities in Hamas, or his attack was not mentioned in the UN Security Council resolution draft Russia presented on October 16. The Israelis criticize much more who are not in their ranks, or at least condemn what Hamas did, said Nimrod Goran, head of the